my little stand is a little too high for to keep the light out. All right, all right, all right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. I'm gonna give it a moment. I have some cards to pull from. I'll unpack those while giving it a couple moments for people to come on live. And yeah, show up, get notified, all that kind of stuff. Because I haven't been. I just stopped trying to convince myself I was going to do it because I wasn't doing it. Putting a post up to tell you when I would be in here. I do my best to be here at 10. And if not, then I let people know that it's a different time. So today we're going to talk about, I did put some cards because I love to work with the cards. Just, it gives me great validation. I don't have a lot, so I get to pick what is speaking to me today. All right, good morning, good morning. Oh, anybody have an itchy head? Oh my gosh. Yesterday and today. Hey Mel, good morning. Itchy, just itchy at that point. Just beyond comfortable. Yeah. Anyway, anybody else experiencing that? What are you experiencing? What are your symptoms that are showing up? I've been through quite a lot lately. I think many of us have. And so today I'm talking about that exact moment where you start leaking your energy. If you've been on this journey a while, you know what that means. And if you haven't been on the journey or you're somewhere in the early stages, leaking our energy is when we're not paying attention and being masterful with how we manage our energy. There's slight moments. There's like these micro moments that happen when someone says something and we get a little poke. Or someone like maybe I was gonna say throws their energy, but they're not really aware of it even. So like they have some kind of energy that just goes a little defeated. We'll get to talk about that more. Because I totally hear you. Because I've been feeling that way sometimes too. And it's a lot. It's super intense. So the energy leaks happen when we override our instincts, when someone has some kind of, we feel blindsided. And sometimes it comes from someone's energy that we weren't expecting, or they got angry about something and suddenly we feel their energy, and now because our field is open, and so if it's open and we start taking on other people's stuff, we leak. Meaning, it's like taking an egg. I just boiled some eggs yesterday, and they had little, a couple of them had cracks already in the shell. And so when I put it in the water and it started boiling, then the egg starts coming out. That's what I mean. There's cracks in our field, in our aura. And so when there's cracks in our aura, we start leaking. Or continue to leak. Maybe we may not be aware of it, but it's often like, why am I so tired? I'm exhausted. How come I feel this way around certain people? And then other people I feel energized by. Because if we're not taking care of our own space and our own energy, it's very unconscious. There's nothing, we're not walking around going, I think I'll just take on everybody's energy and then I'm going to transmute it. Until we're conscious of it, we don't know we're doing that. And a lot of us, most of us, as forerunners, I will qualify that, did that a lot in our early days before we understood that I'm cleaning my glasses, that we're empaths and that it's all energy and we're taking it on. That was why I drank and used. I didn't know how to not take it on, and I didn't know what was happening. So, it's When the big moments happen, those are pretty easy to manage because we're like, oh, if this is something really big, automatically we start taking care of ourselves. It's those little micro. Hello, hi, Alita. Very good, very good. Glad you're here. I'm keeping my 10 o'clock until something else gets in the way sometimes. So yeah, I gave up on telling myself that I'm going to post the time and just do my best to be here every week. I try to post it if I'm not, if it's a different time. So just I'm grateful that you're all here. And so it's not the big moments. It's typically not the big moments that we lose ourselves. Something big happens in my world, and I just kind of go, okay, let's deal with it. And I'll immediately do the things I need to do because it's big. And then when it's something really small, those little micro moments where someone said something and it poked at you, and someone like had some kind of an emotion that they didn't express, so you get hit with their energy. Those are the moments we're talking about. Those micro moments when we leak our energy out. And until we know we're doing it, it's pretty unconscious for us too. They're really small. So how do you do that? Hello, hello, hello. Good day. I'd say good morning, but I don't know where everybody's from. So I know some people are not in the morning still. What are the moments for you that you suddenly go, oh, why do I feel so tired? Oh, why do I feel so irritated? Oh, why do I feel so something other than when I am comfortable in my own space and in my own skin? Someone take care of that, please. Yeah. Stop wasting my time. When I push myself, oh yes, push myself to do the chores. Yes. Ooh, that's a good one too. Done. Thank you very much. I'm glad y'all know me well enough to know my coded kind of language. It's not really, but when we push, because and oh gosh, I'm so much better today, but I would push and push and push. I have been working with someone that doesn't take breaks at work, just keeps pushing and pushing, and then gets really overwhelmed. And while they love their job, they keep pushing themselves to perform. When I offer myself when I knew I shouldn't have. When you say yes when you mean no. Or you volunteer when it wasn't even asked. Yes, I do that sometimes. I don't do that as much today. I do go, you know what? Give me a moment. Let me think about this. So I'm not just going off the cuff because I will overcommit. Okay, so good stuff. Good stuff. We are conditioned and programmed in a very patriarch masculine way because that's powerful, and that's how we earn our keep, or we earn our worth, or we earn our right. This is for me, a right to take a nap. I had to do enough. I had to work hard enough to take a nap. So we're conditioned and programmed for that. And it's a serious discipline to slow down. And to sit when you need to sit. When your body's like, I need a rest. And you're like, no, I got to get this done. It's spring. I got to plant the plants, right? Thank you. I love my hair too. When I'm looking for reciprocity. Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, gosh. Interesting thing. When we stop looking for reciprocity, it comes. It's reciprocated because we allow the space for the people to come into. So let me go back to the first part you mentioned. You've given me a lot of good stuff here. When I'm pushing myself through, the energy is very forceful and very pushy and bulldozer. When I am doing that, I'm resentful and I'm frustrated and I'm annoyed and nothing goes right. Nothing's probably very extreme. It's hard for things to go right. And I can tell you on my computer, when I'm trying to get something done and I wanted it to be done and I wanted it to go out today and it just takes more time than I think, or something happens and it's not flowing really easily, or I have some kind of internet interruption. Oh, lordy, I just go and I get really frustrated. And they used to swear at my computer. And I go, my God, I don't even recognize myself. My husband would hear me down the hallway. He'd be like, "Oh, there's that computer stuff again. What's going on?" And uh, so I'm pushing, right? So when I'm pushing, even so, it's all energy. If you think of it's all energy. When I'm pushing, my computer's like not doing it. It's not moving fast enough because my brain's faster than the computer, or it's not connecting where I think it should go because I think I know best. The computer stuff, right? I lost it with ChatGPT the other day. You know what? ChatGPT doesn't care. So, you can cuss out ChatGPT and it'll come back with something really great. Ay. So, what I've learned to do today is I get up and I walk away. I take a break. When you find yourself pushing and you're getting frustrated, just step out. Because what happens is we've now created this bubble of energy of frustration and anger and resentment and whatever else is in that. So it's just not flowing. And when I step out and I walk away, the energy clears. I clear and get a reset. And then when I come back, it's all good. Usually. Most of the time it's good because now I've cleared the energy. I've cleared my energy. And then I come back a little clearer. Sometimes I just go heat my coffee, or I'll go to the bathroom, and it doesn't have to take a long time. Sometimes when I'm really frustrated or I'm really in my own shithole, I go for a walk. But I was in the tub. Were you trying to force yourself to be in the tub? I've done that. I'm in here and it's supposed to be all zen and my head's running amok. It's going crazy. So when we're forcing life, I learned more. Yes, right. When we're forcing life, when we're frustrated, our energy instantly is leaking out. So when we walk away from something, then we reset. And we can, reset our energy, our aura, our field, whatever you want to call it. But as long as I'm staying in that frustration and I'm pushing to get it done because I want to get it done right fucking now, it's not going to happen. It's going to take a whole lot longer than if I would just step away. It's taken me years to learn that. And now I just notice, I go, oh, I'm starting to feel that feeling. I'm out. I just walk away. I don't care what I'm in the middle of. I just have to walk away. And then when I come back, I can just breathe and I can move forward and do whatever I'm doing. And sometimes it's toward the end of the day when I'm trying to get it all together to put something out. And then I remembered more. And then when I come back, it's like, it's 5:00. It's almost dinner time. I need to go make dinner now or whatever. And I'm just like, okay. I get to surrender to it's not going to be on my timeline. And trust that it's divine timing. It's not always in my timeline. Most often not. And if I will trust the divine timing and get in that flow of it, oh my gosh, it just flows and it's easy. Our body will tell us first. Still get stuck on the computer. Yes. When there's an appointment and it's not working. Yes, absolutely. And sometimes my Wi-Fi is crap and it just won't. I don't know what just happened. My headset just went off. That was weird. All right, can you hear me okay now? I don't know why my headset turned itself off. It said power off and I just charged it all up. All right, as long as you can hear me, I'm gonna keep going without it. So yes, thank you for that. So Our body tells us first if we got hit with some kind of snide remark or some little underhanded remark, something that sounds really nice, but it feels like crap because you feel the energy under it. It's not a nice whatever, right? Hi, Anne. And so, what do you notice in your body? Not my will, divine timing. Yes. When we're aligned in divine timing, it flows super easy. When I'm trying to force it and push it, I hit resistance. It's like hitting a wall with energy. And it just stops flowing easily. It might flow, but it's going to be a trickle and it's not going to flow easily. So that's where you step away and let yourself reset. And that computer, same thing. But our body lets us know before we're actually fully in it, before the mind ever understands anything. This is where this is the micro course I'm going to be doing. This starts next week. I put it in the description on this one. So if you're interested, it's 4 days. It's 2 next week and 2 the following week. And it's all about interrupting. I notice a pause that's uncomfortable. Yes. So it's all about diving deeper into this, where we start leaking, what triggers us in that, then trusting the body, what it's telling you, and then how to interrupt that so that you notice it before it ever starts. So we're going to deep dive in. This is like the bigger overview of it, what we're doing here today. But the body always knows and always signals us. Before the mind can even connect, you already know the answer. You already know you need to walk away. You can already feel it in your body. It's uncomfortable. What is it for you? Sometimes when I'm frustrated with my computer, it starts to get foggy. I'm foggy here because I'm just angry and frustrated. And that's a very old pattern, very old behavior. Sometimes I get chest here. My chest gets really tight. I stop breathing. A lot of us that get into fight or flight and we stop breathing. We hold our breath. We hold it up here. So take a moment to notice what happens when you're trying to push. Excuse me, when you try to push, or when somebody says something that just a little jab, or you feel their energy. Like, where do you notice it in your body? Sometimes it's different. It's not all the same. It's not all the same symptom. I'm not sure if that's the word I want. Signal. That's what I want. The word. So not all the same signal in the body. So it will show up. Sometimes we over-explain. We want to over-explain to people. I'm better, but I still catch myself doing it. Why did I say all that crap? Like, it just didn't matter. Why? What's the point? And when I pause and listen to myself, I'm like, there's some kind of people pleaser still showing up. Like, I want them to like me, so I want to over-explain it. Oh, God, cat hair or something. Yeah. So what is that for you? Sometimes it's in the solar plexus or power center. Sometimes it's that. It feels where you get nauseous. So it's paying attention to your body and trusting the signals that it's sending you. Because once it hits here, we start telling the story about it. And then we loop around all of it again. So if we listen to the body telling us what we should do or not do, it always knows. And sometimes it takes a moment to pause. I have to take a moment to pause and listen. What's my body telling me? Because my head's like, yeah, I want to go do that thing. And then I pause and I listen. I know Mel's really good at this. I think, Alita, you're really good at it when you're like me, when you can slow down. So, right, out of my body, yeah. When I can slow down and listen. So that's where this pause and breathe. Step away from the computer, step away from the gardening tool, step away from the husband or the parent or the friend or whatever, whoever. And then don't make any excuses. I need a break. I got to go to the bathroom. I need some water. I need to step outside for a moment. Let's be honest. If you're talking to someone, my husband's pretty good. I'm way better, but there was a time I wasn't so good, and he'd be like, can we just not talk about this right now? And I'm like, and I know he's right. So I surrender. So, yeah, that's probably a really good idea before I say something I can't take back. Right? It's important to pause, breathe, feel what's in your body. What is your body telling you? Like I've said this for y'all have heard me say it. Pause, breathe, and drop into the body. And instead of telling yourself a story about what you're feeling in the body, just feel it. It's a sensation, it's an experience. Instead of pain, now I say, it's very uncomfortable. Instead of calling it pain and holding it in the body. So what's the sensation in the body? When we breathe into that, we can center ourselves and allow energy to move. What are your questions? This is learning how to interrupt the pattern so that you can stay in your center. So in this micro series, I'm drawing a card out of, this is Archangel Michael. I haven't drawn this deck in a while. It just fell out. This one. Bradley Valentine. And well, I don't know. Is somebody asking something? This is an interesting card. Yes, you are correct. You have listened to your inner guidance and made a wise choice. Keep moving forward. What was your question? That's super cool. My first thought was, maybe somebody's signing up for this micro course for 4 days, starting on Monday. It's all recorded and yours to keep. So if you can come live, great. If you're not able to, you'll still get it. There's a Telegram group that will keep us connected during that whole time. Yep, you are correct. You have listened to your inner guidance and made a wise choice. I don't know. I would love to hear what your question was. Keep moving forward. Maybe it's for me. All right. Well, do you have any questions for me? What else did you say to me in here? Let me see. We're talking about some other stuff, so I know I can touch on. I might have already touched on some of it. Stop bitterness, meeting resistance. Oh gosh, yes. Looking for a reciprocity and approval, right? When I offer myself. So again, when you're offering yourself or you're volunteering for something that your body's screaming at you, your body's screaming at you. It's already telling you what your answer is. And we'll say yes because we love them or because we want to help and it sounds so inspiring and it's so good, but do you really have the bandwidth to do it? That's the question. Do I have the bandwidth to follow through with what they're asking me? And it's okay to change your mind. If you said yes and then you walk away and you're like, why did I do that? Why didn't I listen to my body screaming at me? Mine is pretty loud today. It wasn't always, but sometimes it was. So are you listening? I'm pulling out of the What We Have Forgotten deck. I love this deck. I love all these decks. I'm telling you. So I'll get him and then I'll go, oh, that's my favorite. That's my new favorite. So, let's see. What else was there? When I'm doing things that I don't want to do, but other people want me to do. Oh my gosh. Oh, I. That's a great one. Let me talk about when right before COVID happened. Lou and I we were volunteering for a lot of stuff. We were doing a lot of stuff. I was living by a calendar, and I was exhausted, on every level exhausted. And so I told him the first thing I quit was the I can't remember what it's there's the VFW and then there's those that didn't go. I can't remember the name of it. But there was the men over here and the women over here, and I only did it because he wanted me to do it. And at first it was okay, and then it was time for the rotation, and I knew I did not want to be the president. I'm like, hell no. That is not for me. And then I finally just went, I don't even want to do this. And I told him, I said, I'm not doing this anymore. I was kind. I was very kind about it. I said, I did it because you're doing it, but it's not something that really speaks to me. It's not aligned for me. So I stopped doing it. So yeah, there's those places that we do it and we're like, because I'm trying to make them happy. But if I'm miserable and it's not something that I want to do, how am I making them happy? If I'm unhappy, I am darn sure not going to make anyone else happy. Right? So if it's in your highest and best good to not do something, it's also in theirs. We can't see that sometimes because, we're in that pattern of people pleasing and wanting to keep people happy. But I promise, if it's in your best interest and your highest and best good to not do something or to leave a relationship or to stop doing a particular behavior, it is in everyone's best interest. Because if I'm still giving, I'm doing it out of resentment and annoyance, and I'm not fully present, and someone's going to pay. Oy. Yeah, someone take that off. Why do I over-explain, but it's not for someone to like me? Hang on, let me finish the one that, okay, I think I'm complete. Am I complete with that one? Okay. I'm having to scroll through my phone because I don't have it on my computer. Why do I over-explain, but it's not for someone to like me? We over-explain often if we feel like we're not being heard by people who can't hear us. We over-explain because it is also a safety mechanism in our nervous system. So in some way it keeps us safe. Sometimes if we keep talking, then we can be safe. It just doesn't even make sense to our brain. We're like, how does that even make any sense? Because when I keep talking and explaining, then they don't have any room to talk or to call it out or to whatever they have to say. So there's a very much of a safety survival mechanism in that. And wanting to be heard and wanting to be understood, wanting to be liked. It might not be a conscious thing, but it's often that survival mechanism. Is that helpful? Is there anything else about that over-explaining? Okay, so this card that I pulled out of this deck. What we've forgotten. It's a number 1. Initiation. This is where many of us are at as we've closed the corridor of the snake here. We closed that corridor. There may be still some residual things that show up. The initiation is moving into the new energy and moving into the horse year. So things are different and things are new. Energies have flipped where we were always, how do I explain it? I always felt like I was drawing energy from around me, my environment, the trees, not necessarily people, but it was the environment around me. I was drawing energy from that and being the vessel and then allowing it to move out. So if I'm like when I was doing massage, it would come down through my crown. I would pull that energy from the universe and come out of my hands, down through the crown, heart, and out through my hands as I worked on people. It's flipped now where we're drawing it from inside of ourselves. We are the source. Doesn't mean we're not the vessel, but we are the source. And so it's coming from the inside out. Especially if you're a light worker, grid worker. We're now drawing it from ourselves and anchoring it into the grid. And helping the vibration to rise. So we're being initiated into that because it's all brand new. That's all new ways of doing things that we're remembering. We're remembering today. Oh, good Lord. For real. Can we take that off? Let's see. Any other initiation? Let me see what this says. I'm going to see what the book says. Initiation, going deeper. The interdimensional scavenger hunt begins. Interesting. We're going to remember that life is a magical, intention-driven scavenger hunt. That means if we don't have the first clue right, the rest of it can be kind of confusing. As a result, sometimes we can get stuck. If we reframe this and take a beat to track our clues and map our adventure, we may find wonder in the corners and insights in the divine timing. There's divine timing again. We should probably also take some of that divine timing to write things down. This makes it easier to track our clues and determine where we may have gotten off course. Where did we get stuck? Sometimes stuck is a redirect from source or our soul. The road of magic comes with initiation. And that's where we're at. The ways that we've done it up until now are not working. Have you noticed? No, taking my bath and all that kind of stuff, that still works for me. But some of the ways, like I was just talking about, where I would pull the energy from the universe, that higher vibration, and come through me, it's now coming from the inside out. Like that's new. Ancient times, that's how I did it. So it's remembering that. But there is an initiation phase of shedding the old. And it felt like what you had mentioned, Mel. That's it. I know they can't hear me. You're welcome. Hi, Oscar from Israel. All right. Where was that other thing? Over explain. That's not what I was thinking of, but so the way that we've always done it up until now, done energy work, done our life, done our beliefs, we are moving through, and this is what it felt like. There was something else you said, Mel. Out of my body, pause is uncomfortable. No, I'm not sure what it was, but anyway, moving through the eye of the needle. It's very small, right? It's a very small hole to put a piece of thread through. There's some bigger needles, but you understand the meaning. This old stuff in old ways are not going to come through with you. And if we keep trying to bring them, it makes it, first of all, harder to get through. And it's very uncomfortable. And it's layer by layer that we release it and let it clear. Oh, feeling defeated. Yes. Feeling defeated is a moment in time, and it's the brain looping through some old garbage, telling us whatever we tend to default to. I see. I was just feeling into that. It's the no matter what I do, no matter how much I give or how much I fill in your blank, it's not good enough. Persistence pays off. Healing is not for the faint of heart. No, it's not. And we chose to be here at this time. And we're healing and clearing generations of stuff. This is not just we came in this lifetime and we have this stuff. We have generations of the same pattern and the same survival mechanisms. It's not for the faint of heart. And just the other day, I'm like, why am I still doing this? What am I doing here? WTF, I'm sick of it. I'm over it. And this is a very old pattern, but I'm tired. Today, I don't feel like that, but for a few days, I'm just exhausted. Like, I cannot keep doing the same thing over and over and over. Definition of insanity. So it happens to be around money and poverty consciousness. And it is the mind is relentless. And then the longer I'm sober, the more insidious and the sneakier it gets. So when I look at recovery, giving up the drugs and the alcohol, and how I decided and chose to change my life, and how I operated in the world and in myself, it's the same thing with money. It's just another layer. It's all a relationship. I keep telling myself I chose this. I should be proud and give myself permission to be brave and reset at my will. Yes, the more the scales fall away from our eyes. Yes, yes, yes. Dropping those distractions. Oh, you know what? You can tell yourself all day long, but until your nervous system is reset to embody that, it's not as easy as just saying the words. I was just talking with someone about, if you're familiar with Abraham Hicks, the law of attraction, excuse me, a belief is just a thought you keep thinking. And I'm like, all right, well, I can just change the thought. But if it's not in my bones and in my DNA and in my cells, it's just words. It's like trying to use affirmations to change how I feel, and just a bunch of words. The beliefs come from habits of our thoughts. Our thoughts are habitual. So we've created beliefs. That's where the looping comes in our thoughts. Something pokes at us, we leak energy out. Somebody said something and it irked me. And I now have this little energy leak. Because I have some belief that they might be right. It's in the body. Once I feel it, and now I think it, make a story, right? So it's the habitual thoughts. And then some of you did, Mel did the drop the stone. think that's what it's called. I just could not get the name of it. The words would be there, but they're dyslexic. But it was about feeling. It's similar to what we're doing here with this micro series coming up. Feeling that feeling, noticing it, how it shows up for you, and then letting it move without getting caught in the thoughts, because the thoughts are what keep it in our body, what holds it in our body. What does that is that we stop. So whatever happened, we stopped the full revolution of the emotion. So now it's trapped in our body. So when I now allow it to move through and allow my body to clear and finish that whole loop of the emotion, it can move out. Instant. Pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty powerful. Feelings are feedback. They are feedback. It's my job to give myself the grace to regulate. Yes, yes, yes. And co-regulate in the relationship. Yes, it is. It's those micro moments that rewire the nervous system. So every time you can give yourself grace. And they're not, in my experience, I'll say it like that. In my experience, there's some big moments, but most of them are very small, incremental, consistent disciplines that rewire in those micro ways, not waves, micro way. The small moments, they rewire the nervous system because I'm recreating safety in my nervous system. And feelings are feedbacks. They tell us where there's healing to be done. When I get poked at or I get irritated about something or somebody hurts my feelings or any of that, I'm seeing where or triggered or I see where there's still room to heal and to grow and to peel the layers. So definitely it's feedback. When we get really proficient at our listening to our feelings as intuitive feedback, your word, but we have the intuition in there, then becomes a GPS. It's a guidance system. When it's the feelings and emotions, the emotions are what we keep recreating in our habits. Humming for your vagus nerve. Yes, 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 yes. You can just simply do the Om. Take a deep breath and do Om. 37. Triggers are guides. They are guides. Time out. Hi, Grace. Number 37, and it's an 11. That was a 1, and this is an 11. You are correct. 38. Oh, that's a 10. 37. It's a 10. So 2 1s and an 11. 3 and a 7. Yes. So this is, well, it's probably for all of us, but Dragonfly lady, time out, right? It's a timeout. Take a break. Listen to your body. The card indicates a need to take a time out from your busy schedule and the hustle and bustle of life. Perhaps you've been working too hard. Holy, beautiful numbers, Batman. Right? So we started with this one. Yes, you are correct. I don't know what your question was or what this was for, but here you go. Just somehow landed here. What is this channel about? Well, we've been talking today about the interrupting unconscious patterns. It's for highly sensitive people and empaths. So yeah, take a listen. And I love to interact with everyone. So, and then we had the initiation card. I do pull some cards because I like to, and they're fun and they guide us sometimes where we're at. Sometimes it's just confirmation about where we're at. And the 10, 3 and 7, So taking care of ourselves, taking the time out, and it's purple. Purple. It's your favorite color. All right, lovelies. Any questions? Well, I always believe there's that divine, sometimes cosmic picks. So glad you're all here. Glad you all made it here. If you like it, a little bit that you've heard, subscribe. You'll get notification. I'm usually here on Saturdays at 10 o'clock in the morning Central Time. In the comments, there's a micro course that I'm offering. It starts on Monday. And it's all about interrupting the unconscious patterns so that we can, well, I think of it as like the eye of the storm. No matter what is happening in life, I can be the eye of the storm and stay grounded and centered in myself instead of feeling like a leaf on the wind, getting blown around by life. So that'll start Monday. I'll put it in the comments when I come back in with I didn't put it in the comments. I put it in the description, but when it goes live, it's so weird. It goes private first, and I have to go in and make it public. And when I put all that in there, yeah, I'm finally integrating much of what I've learned from you. Oh, yes, Smarties courses are very good. I'm right in the middle of a 4-week relationship course, 3 days a week, 2 hours a day. Woo, that's a lot. That's a lot intense. Love it, love it. Good stuff. Good stuff. I'm happy for you. Yes, Lita's been in a lot of my courses too. So, and I know you'll be back one day for some more. In the meantime, we're all here. So, have a fabulous weekend, everybody. And I will see some of you in Monday in the course. Check it out. That'll take you to the page. It'll give you more details and where to sign up. And I will see you here next week. Namaste.